Dear students, we have already completed Unit 1 and Unit 2 of the topic My Greatest Olympic Prize by Jesse Owens. Before going to Unit 3, let's remember the important points. Brief analysis of Unit 1 and Unit 2. Unit 1, Jesse Owens, who was an American track and field athlete, went to take part in the Berlin Olympics in 1936. He was a very good athlete. He had trained, sweated and disciplined for 6 years to win 1 or 2 gold medals. When he reached there, he was surprised to know about the patriotic feeling, the nationalistic feelings of Adolf Hitler. So he felt very upset. Then he met one German long jumper, Lutz Lang. He hadn't heard his name before. Lutz Lang was the secret of Adolf Hitler. He crossed almost 26 feet on his practice leaps. But Jesse Owens determined to beat him at any cost. He wanted to prove the nationalistic feelings of Hitler wrong. Hitler created a feeling among the German athletes that they were the master race players, master race athletes. They would win all the gold medals. That's why Jesse Owens determined, made up his mind to beat Lutz Lang and win the gold medal in long jump. Then we come to Unit 2. In Unit 2, we see that Jesse Owens was very upset, he was very angry. An angry athlete, an angry player can commit mistakes. And we see that Jesse Owens was very angry. As a result, he committed the mistake. He was disqualified. He was given 3 qualifying attempts. First attempt, he was disqualified. He crossed the line, the starting line, the takeoff line. Second attempt, he failed. He committed the same mistake. He was disqualified. So he became very disgusted. He kicked the pit because he had come from America, crossing 3,000 miles to take part, 3,000 miles to take part in the Berlin Olympics. At that moment, he felt a friendly hand on his back. He looked back and he saw the friendly blue eyes of the German long jumper Lutz Lang. After some discussion, friendly discussion, some light talk, light discussion, Luzlang advised Jesavens to draw a line before the takeoff line, a few inches before the original, the official takeoff line, starting line. Jesavens followed the advice of Luzlang and he qualified. That was his third attempt. That is the end of Unit 2. So let's come to Unit 3. We know that Luzlang helped Jesavens to qualify in the third attempt. So it was his duty, it was Jesavens' duty to offer, to give thanks, because it was but for Luzlang he qualified. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Though they hadn't met before, for the first time they had met each other at the Berlin Olympics. They didn't know each other before 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin. Still, Luzlang believed in the true sportsman's spirit. That's why he gave some tips to Jesavens, so that he qualified in his third attempt. That night, I walked over to Luzlang's room in the Olympic village to thank him. Jesavens went to Luzlang's room in the Olympic village. The players, the athletes, they stay in a place that is called Olympic village. Olympic क्रीड़ा ग्राम विभिन्न देशर खेलाड़ी एथलेट दौड़ कूद डिया संतरण फुटबॉल इत्यादि खेल सब रही ए सब खेलाड़ी मानकर रहणी पाई स्वतंत्र व्यवस्था करा जाय थाए. That is known as Olympic village, Olympic क्रीड़ा ग्राम. So Jesavens went to Luzlang's room to thank him, because he realized, he knew that it was but for Luzlang he could qualify. I knew that if it hadn't been for him, I probably wouldn't be jumping in the finals the following day. He would have been disqualified because he committed the same mistake second time. First time he crossed the starting line, second time he crossed the starting line. He might have crossed the starting line, the takeoff line, in his third attempt. But Luzlang advised him, gave him some tips. As a result, Jesavens could qualify. So he went to his room to qualify. Sorry, he went to his room to give him thanks for his advice, for his tips. We sat in his quarters and talked for 2 hours about track and field, ourselves, the world situation, and a dozen other things. They sat in his quarters, in his room, and they discussed so many things. They sat for 2 hours about track and field, about the world situation, about the situation of Germany, situation of America, situation of other countries, and a dozen other things. As they had become friends, they revealed their hearts before each other. They opened their hearts before each other. Friends give importance to the word friendship, ବନ୍ଧୁତା। ବନ୍ଧୁ ବନ୍ଧୁ ସହିତ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା କଲାବେଳେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ବିଷୟରେ କଥା ହେଇଥାଏ, ମନର କଥା ଖୋଲିଥାଏ। So here we see that Jezebels and Luzlong, they sat for 2 hours and they discussed so many things. After 2 hours, both of them realized, when both of them realized that they had become real friends. When I finally got up to leave, we both knew that a real friendship had been formed. Luzlong knew and Jezebels knew that a real friendship had been formed between them. That is known as a real friendship because Luzlong was a German long jumper. Adolf Hitler created the nationalistic feeling. Luzlong was schooled by the Nazi dictator. Still, he didn't believe in the Aryan supremacy theory. He advised Jezebels to qualify. That's why Jezebels came to know, Jezebels realized that Luzlong was really a true sportsman. So their friendship, he says, when I finally got up to leave, we both knew that a real friendship had been formed. Luz would go out to the field the next day, trying to beat me, because they were two competitors, they were two athletes. They would take part in the finals the next day. Luz would go out to the field the next day trying to beat me if he could, but I knew that he wanted me to do my best, even if that meant my winning. Luz and Jezebels, they would compete to win the medal, the gold medal in long jump. ଉଭୟ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ଆସନ୍ତାକାଲି ଫାଇନାଲ ଅଛି, ଆମେ ପରସ୍ପର ବିରୁଦ୍ଧରେ ଆମେ ପ୍ରତିଯୋଗିତା କରିବୁ. We would compete to get the medal. But there was no enmity. There was no enmity. ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ କୌଣସି ଶତ୍ରୁତାର ଭାବ, ଶତ୍ରୁତାର କୌଣସି ଲକ୍ଷଣ ନଥିଲା। ଖେଳାଳୀର ମନୋଭାବ, ସ୍ପୋର୍ଟସମ୍ୟାନ୍ ସ୍ପିରିଟ୍ ଯାହାକୁ ଆମେ କହନ୍ତି, ଖେଳାଳୀର ମନୋଭାବ। You may win, you may lose, you may win a medal, gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal, first gold medal, second silver medal, third bronze medal. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You must possess the sportsman spirit, friendly attitude, brotherly attitude. So the writer says, I knew that he wanted me to do my best, even if that meant my winning. That meant my winning. Luz wished him. Luz wished Jezebels the best. ଯେମିତି ଆମେ ପରୀକ୍ଷାକୁ ଗଲେ, କୌଣସି ପ୍ରତିଯୋଗିତାକୁ ଗଲେ ଆମକୁ शुभेच्छा देइथांती, मे गॉड ब्लेस यू, मे यू गेट द प्राइज, मे यू गेट फर्स्ट क्लास. Similarly, here we see that Luzlong wished Jezebels his best. That means he was not at all, you may say, he did not believe in the Hitler's theory, Hitler's nationalistic feelings theory. he did not believe. से विश्वास करुनथिले जे क्रीडारे कौनसी प्रकार शत्रुता भाव कौनसी प्रकार जात्याण भाव रहिबा उचित तो सेथिबाई जेतेबेले जेसेवेन्स तांको रूम छाड़ुचंती आफ्टर 2 आवर्स 2 घंटार बंधुत्वपूर्ण सौहार्दपूर्ण आलोचना परे he left Luzlong's room. At that moment both Luzlong and Jesevens they wished each other. परस्पर को समाने विश करचंती शुभेच्छा देचंती परवर्ती दिनर खेल पाई परवर्ती दिनर प्रतियोगिता पाई. As it turned out, Luz broke his own past record. In doing so, he pushed me onto a peak performance. Luz broke his own past record. There is no such distance mentioned in this topic. एथरे कौनसी किसी record किसी नहीं किसी लिखी ना आंती. But he says that Luz broke his own past record. In doing so, he pushed me, Luz pushed Jesevens onto a peak performance. Peak performance, his best performance. His best performance. I remember that at the instant I landed from my final jump, the one which set the Olympic record of 26 feet 5 and 1/4 inches. We know that Jesevens crossed 26 feet 8 and 1/4 inch as a university student. Here we see he crossed 26 feet 5 and 1/4 inches. In Olympic competition, he could not repeat the same record, his university record. He could not break his own record. Rather, he crossed 26 feet 5 and 1/4 inches. He was at my side. Luzlong was at his side. Luzlong was the first to congratulate him. Though Luzlong won the second prize, he was satisfied with the silver medal. He had no feelings, bad feelings. He had no enmity. He had no bad feelings against Jesevens. Rather, it was a real friendship, sportsman spirit feelings. He was the first to congratulate him. He was at my side congratulating me. Despite the fact that Hitler glared at us, Hitler was present there. The German dictator, the Nazi ruler, the ruler of Germany, Adolf Hitler was present there. Hitler glared at us. He looked angrily at Luzlong, glared at us from the stands not 100 yards away. Luz shook my head hard. Luz didn't care. Luz felt very happy. It was a warmth feeling. His heart was filled with his joy when he came to know or he saw that his friend Jesevens had got the gold medal. He shook his hands hard. Very warmth feeling. ଯାହାକୁ ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା ହୃଦୟର ଆବେଗର ପରିପ୍ରକାଶ ଯେ ମୋର ବନ୍ଧୁ ପ୍ରଥମ ହୋଇଛନ୍ତି ସେ ଗୋଲ୍ଡ ମେଡାଲ ଜିତିଛନ୍ତି ତାକୁ ସେ କହୁଛି God shook my head hard and it wasn't a fake smile. Sometimes we smile only to please others. That is not the real smile coming out of our heart. आमे हसु बेले बेले किंतु हृदय भीतर सेटा आसी न थाए. Here we see Jesevens says that it was not a fake smile but a real smile, genuine smile. Fake smile with a broken heart. No, his heart was not broken. Rather, his heart was filled with joy because Jesavens had won the gold medal. Broken heart, sort of grief either, very firm grief, warm feeling, very strong feeling. Your shaking his hand hard. You could melt down all the gold medals and cups I have, and they wouldn't be a flatting on the 24-karat friendship I felt for Luzlong at that moment. Jesavens had won so many medals in different competitions, in different tournaments like the Olympics. But he says, if you could melt all the gold medals, all the cups, it wouldn't cover, it wouldn't plate the 24-karat friendship, the real friendship, genuine friendship between Jesavens and Luzlong. ସାଧାରଣତଃ ଆମେ 24 କ୍ୟାରେଟ୍ ଗୋଲ୍ଡକୁ ଆମେ ଭଲ ଉନ୍ନତ ଗୋଲ୍ଡ ବୋଲି କହିଥାନ୍ତି, ଭଲ ଗୋଲ୍ଡ ବୋଲି କହିଥାନ୍ତି। ତ ଏଠି ସେ କଥା ସେ ତାର ଉଦାହରଣ ନେଇଛନ୍ତି। He has taken the example of 24 carat friendship I felt for Luzlong at the moment. I realized then too that Luz was the epitome, the best example, epitome of what Pierre de Coubertin, founder of the modern Olympics Games, must have had in his mind when he said, the important thing in the Olympic Games is not winning but taking part. You must have heard the name of Pierre de Coubertin. Pierre de Coubertin. He was a French educationalist and historian. He was the founder of the International Olympic Committee, and we know him as the father of the modern Olympic Games. Father of modern Olympic Games. से ओलंपिक रे अनेक किसी परिवर्तन करथिले, किसी आधुनिकीकरण करथिले, ताकु लोकप्रिय करथिले, अनेक किसी पदक्षेप नैथिले, ताकु सेथिपई कहा जाए जनक, आधुनिक ओलंपिक रे जनक बोली ताकु कहा जाय थाए। What was his opinion? What was his opinion? He said the important thing in the Olympics is not winning. You may win a medal, you may not win a medal, but you must have the feeling, the spirit, the inspiration, the sportsman spirit, the friendly attitude, competitive attitude. You must be mentally fit, mentally strong to compete with another player. You must not feel any sort of enmity with the other players. That's why he said the important thing in the Olympic Games is not winning but taking part. Here we see the best example is Luzlong. Luzlong felt very happy when Jesavens won the gold medal. So Jesavens says Luzlong is the best example. Luzlong is the best example, the epitome of what Pierre de Coubertin, the father of modern Olympics, had said. He didn't feel sad. He didn't feel heartbroken. Rather, he was very happy. Taking part is more important. You may win or you may lose, but you may take part. Winning but taking part. The essential thing in life is not conquering but fighting well. Conquering, winning a medal, conquering a medal, but fighting well. Fighting means competing. You may say any type of games. It may be Olympics, it may be your school or college games, college sports, track and field events, you should feel that you are a player, you are an athlete, and you will compete with another athlete. That is the true sportsman spirit. So in this topic, J7's, which the topic is my greatest Olympic prize, J7 says that he had won 4 gold medals, but winning all these 4 gold medals was not important for him, but his friendship with Luz Long, the German long jumper, was more important. Greatest prize for him was more important than his gold medals. Friendship, the example of friendship. A friend in need is friend indeed. It is taken from his autobiography, and by citing this example, he had made Luz Long the best example, the real example in Olympic history. Thank you.